What's up, all you noodle slurpers? Welcome back to the Ramen Review. My name is Chase, and today we're gonna have another noodle I've never had before. And that is Teumsae. Teumsae. Teumsae? Let me know down in the comments if Tim's saying that correctly. Yeah, I know nothing about this. It's since 1981, so it's like carry the two, like 5 years older than me. I hope it's still good. It's for spicy lovers. I consider myself a spicy lover. It doesn't tell me if it's chicken flavor, beef flavor, catfish flavor, but there is the little flaming dude down there playing the chili Get Joe. So if that tells you anything, it should be spicy. Trying to see if there's any indicator on what flavor this may be, but the only thing I see is a bunch of salt. Yeah, I know nothing about it. So let's just hurry and dive in and see what this is all about. Noodles. Yellow, curly, delicious, hopefully, noodles. Set that over there. Got some remaining little dingleberries. Can't let those go to waste. And then we have a Teumsae soup base. Feels pretty full. See what's in there. And we have a Teumsae flake pack. It's actually pretty full compared to a lot of other flake packs you see that have like 3 in there, but you're supposed to rehydrate them. And hopefully they come to life, if you know what Tim's saying. Let's take a quick look at the instructions. Boil 500 milliliters of water or 16.09 fluid ounces. Add noodles, soup base, and flakes. Cook 4 minutes, stirring occasionally. Remove from heat and serve. With that said, let's go ahead and start cooking and let's start slurping. Be right back. While the water is boiling, I figured I'll take a look at what's inside of the soup and flake packet, since we add those during the cooking process. So we have a very, very red looking powder. I don't know if you can see that. And then we also have the flakes. Pretty substantial, really. For the flakes, we have dried bok choy, dried carrot, dried cabbage, dried mushrooms, and dried red bell pepper. And that's it. But now I hear the water boiling. Let's continue with the cook. Just like that, our 4 minutes is up, and we have some delicious smelling soupy ramen. Trying not to make a mess like I usually do. Here we've got a steaming bowl of delicious, steaming red hot ramen. All right, we just got the money shot. So I've never had this before. I'm kind of nervous because this is in the Ramen Raiders top 10 spiciest ramens. Year after year, I think he has it as like number 4 or 5 this year, right after the Devil of Fire, which the Devil of Fire it was pretty damn hot. It did a number on me. I was able to finish it all, but it sucked. So if this is anywhere near as hot, I think I'm in for a little bit of a wild ride. So you're sticking with me through the snot, the sneezes, and the sweating and all of it. So I apologize in advance. So first things first, start with the broth. Always start with the broth. Slurps up. It's very red. It almost looks like a tomato bisque color of red. It almost has a tomato flavor. I honestly have no idea what flavor this is. It just tastes like spicy red soup. It's not bad. And it's really not that spicy. Maybe it's one of those builders, I don't know. But let's go ahead and do a little noodle pull. I still suck at chopsticks, by the way. But we have a hefty amount of noodles there, and they are steaming. They're holding onto the broth pretty well. They've got the veggies stuck to them, which is nice. But let's go ahead and give them the first bite. God, I suck at these things. Slurps up. I don't know. I don't know if you can see this, but the noodles they're a little soft for my liking. I cook them per directions. As always on the ramen review, I try to follow the directions as closely as possible, so I'm trying to give it the most fair review as possible. Yeah, the noodles could be a little more firm and for my liking. They're a little soft. They're not quite mushy, but they're definitely past al dente. They're holding onto the broth well. Again, the veggies. It's good. It's not bad. I, for the life of me, could not tell you what flavor this is supposed to be. It literally just kind of tastes like salty, spicy broth with no discernible flavors. Just kind of chili and water. The noodles are pretty substantial in terms of just volume. But again, they're definitely not my favorite. All right, let's get one of the best bites you can possibly get in ramen, which is some noodles and some broth. You can feel free to ridicule, judge, just talk shit about my chopstick using abilities or lack thereof. But this looks like a good bite. Nice, soupy, noodly. Huh. It just tastes like spicy soup and noodles. It's not a bad thing, but it's not a great thing either. I definitely feel that the spice is a little overhyped on this one. Now, the reason I'm trying this is because it's came recommended in quite a few comments on the channel. So, for all of those who suggested this, thank you. Thanks for commenting. Let me know down below if there's any other ramen you want me to try. This bite has a bunch of veggies in it, so. The veggies did rehydrate nicely. They're probably doubled in size. It looks like some carrot, some bok choy. I will say I don't really taste any flavor from the veggies. Does that make sense? Sorry, it was looking like my camera stopped on my watch, so I was panicking, thinking maybe we weren't capturing all of this delicious noodle slurpage. All right, I think we got the majority of the noodles. We're down to pretty much just the broth. Might be some small chunks of noodles in there, as you can see. Let's do a little POV. Yeah, that wasn't quite as fancy as I thought it would be. Yeah, overall, I don't know. You got to stick around to the end to see my final review. But let's finish off this broth. Get some more of those little remaining little nudes. Making a mess. Slurping broth all over the place. That's what I do. I'm trying to think of how I'm going to review this. I really don't know. All right, probably last slurp here. I lied. One more, maybe two. And there you have it. The Teumsae Korean Ramen instant noodles. Okay, starting with the broth. The broth didn't have a lot of flavor, like I mentioned. Pretty much just tasted like chili powder and water. It's not a bad thing if you just really like the flavor of chilies, which I do, but I would expect some other kind of flavoring behind it, like just like chicken broth or beef broth, but just kind of spicy water. I would give the broth, and it didn't really thicken it up at all, just really watery. It wasn't bad, it just wasn't good. So I'm gonna give the broth a 4 out of 10. The noodles weren't bad. I think if I would have maybe cooked them for a minute or maybe even just 30 seconds less, they probably would have been a lot better, at least to my liking. But yeah, they were just kind of soft, a little mushy. They didn't really have any chew or bite to them, no bounce. I'm also gonna give them a 4 out of 10. Not special, not horrible, below average in my opinion. The spice, it was spicy. It definitely does not belong in any top 10 spicy list. It's maybe a little spicier than, like, say, Shin Red. But I mean, it's not even as hot as the most mild Buldak flavor, in my opinion. It's maybe a 4 out of 10 on the spice level to me. So I guess that's 444 across the board. So I think that gives me the answer to the overall rating of the Teumsae Korean ramen noodles. I'm gonna give them a 4 out of 10. They just really weren't that special to me. I think they were kind of below average. I do have a stir-fry version up in the cabinet that I'm excited to try. Maybe I'll like that one a little bit better. But stay tuned for that. So anyways, that's gonna do it for today's ramen review. Again, my name is Chase. Let me know in the comments below if you've had the Teumsae and if you liked it. You know what Teumsae? I won't do that anymore, I'm sorry. I beat that dead horse. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you've had it and if you like it, and if you have any other recommendations for me. I'm trying to find all of the best instant noodles in the world, then moving on to all the best ramen shops in the world. That's a hefty goal, but we'll get there, right? With your help, we will. So, until next time, this is Chase, this is the Ramen Review. Thank you so much. Cheers.